Thank you for coming back to be with us, enjoying our town. My name is Stella. We've got another great segment for you, and it's centered around Habitat for Humanity. Now, you usually probably think of Habitat as the dwellings that go up, the opportunity to get involved and make sure that the community has housing for families who are at poverty level. But we're going to go beyond that today. There's some exciting things that they're doing also for our community in the area of environment and going green. So joining us today, we have Joseph McDaniels, who is the communications director, and also Alex Martinez, who's with the Restore, and he's the floor manager. Welcome, gents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thanks for being with us.
Sure.
Well, Habitat is such a great organization because it meets so many needs for those who are in need at poverty level for housing. But it goes beyond that today. So tell us a little bit about Restore.
Well, the Restore, we take in a lot of materials that otherwise be thrown out to landfills. We sell it to the general public. Items like, for instance, sheetrock, plywood, 2x4s, any wood, and we get a lot of it from the construction site, from the Habitat, and also other construction companies. And we bring it in and we sell it to the general public.
So when a project is taking place and houses are being built, the leftover materials then go to Restore, and it's open to the public?
That is correct. We're open to the public Monday through Saturday. And you can come out and shop with us and help us continue our mission, which is to
building more houses.
for
low-income families.
Exactly.
Yes,
now, remind our viewers a little bit about what Habitat is.
Okay, great. Habitat for Humanity of Greater Miami is an ecumenical Christian ministry that builds homes in partnership with low-income families throughout Miami-Dade County. So essentially what we do is we partner with families who don't have the money to afford their own home, who can't purchase their own home, and are living, people that have a housing need. So you're talking families that have 5 and 6 people living in a 1-bedroom apartment because they can't afford anything else. Or somebody who's got to constantly move to find rent that they can afford because their rent is always going up. Or people who have landlords that are simply unresponsive and they've got leaky pipes and there's mold growing on the ceiling or in the walls, and they have no other recourse. Well, we partner with them in order to give them the opportunity to own their own home, a safe, clean, affordable place to live for them and their families.
Now, the materials that you were talking about, not only is the mission really incredible, but now you have the Restore that's supporting the overall mission of what Habitat does. How is this impacting our environment, and what kinds of things are you lending the community to make it a better community through the project of Restore?
Like I mentioned earlier, as far as the material that we take in drywall, plywood, we have it at the store, and we take in all the, I was going to say donations again, sorry. I can't stand doing that.
So essentially what it is the primary way in which the Restore benefits the environment is through conservation and reuse. Reuse, recycle, reduce, all those things. So for example, drywall that is cut to fit a particular corner in a house, well, the leftover material can't be used anymore for, let's say, building a new home. But somebody who's got a hole in their wall can come in, get that little piece of drywall and use it to repair their home. So you're reusing a lot of materials that would otherwise just go to the landfill and sit there and, never decompose, really, is the problem. Right. So most of what the Restore does to benefit the environment is through conservation.
That's incredible, because we're all in our homes being encouraged on a continual basis to recycle and to take care of our environment and to leave. I have a 5-year-old grandson, so I want this earth to be as great as it can be for him coming behind me. So you're already on top of that as well.
Yes, and we also have a recycling product that if you have old appliances, we'll come out and we'll pick it up, and we'll go ahead and recycle it and keep it from landfills.
Oh,
so like all the scrap metal and the parts that are used in those appliances, or scrap metal in general.
That's correct.
Bring it to the Restore. We'll recycle it. Why don't you tell them where it is?
We're located at 2299 Northwest 77th Terrace.
Okay, and that's in the Miami-Dade County.
Yes.
So, well, this is pretty exciting because of all your efforts and what you're doing in the community through the recycling, the restore, so to speak. You won an award. Your division, your region, I'm sorry,
Our affiliate.
Your affiliate
Yes.
won an award from the Miami Chamber. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the Miami Chamber of Commerce actually awarded us the Green Builders Award. And then we actually won the Florida Green Builders Award too. So we're kind of all over the map
So
on
the
this.
local one as well as the.
Well, they're two different organizations
Okay.
have recognized Habitat for Humanity of Greater Miami for their green building efforts. So more than just taking the excess materials from the construction site to the restore to be resold, we also institute things like our landscaping practices. We use something called xeriscape landscaping, which is specifically landscaping used to conserve water. So obviously there's a shortage of water. You hear that all the time on the radio,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But we also do things like install more energy efficient appliances. And this is great because not only does it conserve the energy, the output of energy, but it also saves the homeowners money. So we actually did a survey recently of our homeowners, and those who had been in their homes for 10 years or more had much higher electricity bills than the more recent homes because we've been able to make those improvements over time.
Okay.
So not only is it the excess materials, we're reusing those, but we're also conserving energy in the way that we build our homes. So like heat resistant, or excuse me, light resistant shingles, push away a lot of the heat from the sunlight so that the home stays cooler. So you don't have to use your air conditioner as much. And it's things like that, little things like that add up to big savings for the homeowners and big savings for the environment.
And doesn't that meet your overall mission of these families are already at poverty level or in an environment that they're struggling in, and so making this as cost effective for them as possible
Yep.
by going green just makes perfect sense. It goes right along with your mission.
Yes, it does.
So
it's great. It benefits. It's in so many ways. It's beneficial.
well, it sounds like our own little Brad Pitt project that he did for New Orleans. He went and built all those
That's right.
homes that were, we've got that right here in South Florida happening for our
Absolutely.
community.
And actually, Habitat for Humanity builds all over the world. So there are Habitat affiliates, all across the country that build homes for low-income families. But then in South America, in Southeast Asia, in Africa, we're building homes there as well.
Yes, just to interject a minute, as far as the Miami-Dade, we already built homes, 801 homes in Miami-Dade County.
Wow.
Over the course of our 20-year history.
Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful.
And the great thing is that the proceeds from the restore sales are actually going to build those homes. So last year we were able to sponsor 3 homes from the proceeds from the restore.
The revenue, yes.
So it's all working together. It's
All working
dovetailed together on purpose.
That's right.
So it supports each other.
Correct. So that's why we have it says restore, rebuild, refurbish, reuse.
That's right.
So that's awesome, because this is a great model and a great testimony to our builders who are building homes in general as well. If it can be done on a shoestring budget, so to speak, for this level of income housing, then I could imagine the partnership that could be established for the regular building for the homes as well. It's probably going in that direction.
Sure, and we certainly encourage everybody to be, whatever the best steward of the environment and their resources that they can. We believe, in the stewardship of our resources, that God put us on this planet to be stewards. So we believe heavily in that, and we, to the best of our ability, to make sure that we're not building a home that the low-income families can't afford. There are some things which we can't implement, like photovoltaic cells. They're difficult to maintain, et cetera, or costly rather to install. So there are some things that are cost prohibitive for us, but to the best of our ability, we want to build green.
Now, what kind of process do you go through to continue your green initiative? Do you have consultants that work with you on this? Are you, what kind of studies do you do in order for the next generation of going green? What would be your next steps?
Well, we work with some architecture firms that are more up to date on the leading green initiatives than we are, and so we take suggestions from them. But it's also general research that's done. We want to figure out what green initiatives will help the homeowner save money and will also benefit the environment, obviously. That's what a green initiative is. But that's, you know, we when we go through grant writing, we figure out, okay, well, what new practices are there? What can we implement? What are we already implementing? What can we improve? So it's from the construction aspect of it and the design aspect of it that we sort of just keep ourselves up to date on what's being done across the country and try and implement the places that we, you know, implement the practices that will benefit the community the most.
Now, what projects are you working on now, and are all your future projects centered around the green initiatives and the environment?
Well, the green initiatives are something that's sort of woven into our construction practices. So wherever we build or whatever projects we undertake, those green practices are going to be a part of it. And actually, we're really excited about our latest project, what we call the Liberty City Shine campaign. And we received 140 lots that were donated by Miami-Dade County that are scattered throughout the greater Liberty City area. So on all of those lots, we're going to build an affordable home. So it benefits by increasing property taxes for services from the government, but also it uses existing infrastructure, so we don't have to use resources to build on large swaths of land that don't have that kind of infrastructure. But we're also adding to a community that's already there. We're working to restore a community that's already there, and the Restore is a big part of that. The Restore is actually located in Liberty City, so not only does it add to the funding that we use to build our homes, but it also makes those excess materials, quality materials, you know, from construction companies, furniture, things of that nature. It makes those materials and products available to Liberty City, which in general is low income. So they get those discounts, and in that way, the Restore benefits the community.
So even on your projects, you can visit the Restore to see what's there to use them and incorporate them into your project planning.
You will find there new and slightly used furniture, lighting, doors, windows, anything that you can use for a home. You'll find it at the Restore.
Tile, you know, books, some books, DVDs, things like that.
Lighting, anything like chairs, doors, windows, any project, any building material that you can use and reuse. It's found at the Restore.
That's pretty cool. I'm just so amazed at something that is so available to our community and we don't know about it. Now, how many Restores are there in the area? Can we find one in every county, or
we have one in Miami-Dade County. It's one almost for county. Some of them have 2 or 3, but in the whole state of Florida, it's about 67 affiliates that have a Restore.
Okay, so throughout the United States, there's 67?
No, that's the state of Florida.
Yeah. Oh, in the state of Florida, okay.
Yeah. There's a couple of thousand nationwide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So several thousand affiliates across the nation. So this is going on in practically every community.
Wow,
yes.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. Now, what kind of traffic are they getting from the community? I know they're open to the community, but do you find that they're being used?
Yes, the most traffic we get is Fridays and Saturdays, but we're asking everybody to come on Monday to Saturday. We're closed on Sundays, but we're open Monday to Saturday, 9 to 6, Tuesdays to Friday, and 9 to 4, Mondays and Saturdays.
So you have a growing population that's making use of it. Do you feel like?
Yes, we have designers come out there. We have construction guys.
Oh.
We have handy guys go out there. Regular homeowners. You have to go through the rocks to find the diamonds, like they say. And you will find very nice treasures at the Restore.
Oh, absolutely. That's pretty exciting. I am so glad that our viewers had a chance to learn about this, because it is open to, not only do you lend to the community in a great way, but now they're giving back. So thank you, gentlemen, for being with us.
Thank
This
you.
has been Join Our Town. Thank you so much for being with our program today. We'll see you next time.
This program has been sponsored by the Trinity Broadcasting Network and made possible by your telethon dollars. Your continual support can keep Join Our Town brought to your home every day. So write Join Our Town, P.O. Box A, Santa Ana, California, 92711.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect those of this station or the Trinity Broadcasting Network.